Mr. Omotosho, nice to have you. Good morning.
Good morning, Lagosians. It feels fantastic to be here with you.
Great, welcome back to Traffic Radio.
Thank you.
All right, Tolu Caleb is also joining him as well, and he's chairman of the exhibition committee for Pest Control Association of Nigeria, PECAM. Tolu, nice to have you. Good morning.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. All right, so let me start with you, Mr. Omotosho. It's been a little while now since we last talked about the activities of LASEPA on this program. So bring us up to speed with some of the recent happenings, especially during the peak of the COVID-19. What have you guys been doing at LASEPA?
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Oteri. LASEPA has been is the regulatory authority in charge of environmental control in Lagos State.
Right.
LASEPA is empowered by the Lagos State Environmental Management and Protection Law 2017. And if you go through the law, it mandates that the agency is responsible for every form of environmental pollution, environmental abatement, and the agency ensures that the lives of people are protected whilst the environment, is left, is utilized in a sustainable manner.
That's your core mandate, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So where does the minister or your agency, where does it lie in the themes agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu?
Oh, okay. This administration is a very focused one, and when the administration started, it brought forth the themes agenda. Right. Now, where LASEPA stands in the themes agenda is the health and the environment
component.
Yeah, so pest control is a double-edged sword. Pest control deals with both the health and the environment that we live in. Right. The health of people is challenged when pest control is not done in a professional manner. Right. And the environment also suffers. A lot of people may not know that when you utilize hazardous chemicals to control pests, ozone layer is depleted, the environment suffers one way or the other. And health of people also is challenged because some of these chemicals, if not utilized in a professional manner, right, they cause undesirable effects on both health and environment.
So let's talk about this and bring this to tax now. And I'm going to be bringing Tolu in. You are of the Pest Control Association of Nigeria. Is that correct?
Yes, please.
What do you guys do at the association?
Okay, Pest Control Association of Nigeria is a body that acts like the umbrella for all the pest control professionals in Nigeria, not just Lagos State.
Okay.
The association is over 30 years, has been in existence for over 30 years, and is an association, that's not just, that improves, the process of pest management by, constantly training members. And at the same time, they do a lot of sensitization programs to the general public.
Okay. Yeah. So, pest control, are we under any threat from the pests around us, if we put it that way?
Yes, definitely. We are under. In fact, looking at what is going on right now, because as of this morning, we still have some records from NCDC.
Okay.
Some cases of COVID-19. So what I'm trying to say is that we're still even under a threat. We have always been under threat. We've had Lassa virus in the past. Right. We've had different virus. We still have malaria, which that the cause has always been mosquito, which is pest. So, we have Lassa virus, which is as a result of rat, and all that. So we're still under threat.
Yeah, but the COVID-19 is not related to a pest. It's not spread by pest at all.
Well, from the definition, on to you, is a pest as far as we are concerned as professionals. All right. We categorize it as pest also.
All right. Yeah. So, Mr. Omotosho, let's talk about this one day on site and of course online training which the agency is putting together with the pest control operators in the state. What is the essence of this collaboration? Let's start with that.
Thank you, Mr. Oteri. Okay, so for the very first time in the history of our country, Lagos State government via the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency is collaborating with the Environmental Health Officers Registration Council of Nigeria and the Pest Control Association of Nigeria to organize a training themed integrated pest management and COVID-19 disinfection protocol.
Okay.
Now, we're the major stakeholders in the industry, regulatory, and the association, and we are bringing together everybody that is involved in one form of pest control or the other. We realize that COVID-19 has brought, new things into the pest control field. A lot of people don't know the differences between disinfection, fumigation, sanitization, and all of those things.
Right.
Chemicals that are dangerous are being used. So people have to know, in what quantities you need to use some chemicals, under what circumstances they are being used, and all of that. And the regulators and major stakeholders have come together. All of us are saying that all our members, all registered operators with LASEPA, all Eherocon registered operators, and all members of PECAN, have to attend this training for us to be sure that their capacities can handle the current trends, that we have with respect to COVID-19.
Right. So I just had to mention some terms right now. Let me bring that to Caleb. Disinfection, fumigation. What are the differences?
Okay, basically, fumigation is, like you rightly said the other time, going after pest. Disinfection is going after the microbes, the pathogens.
The ones that we cannot see with our eyes.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's just the difference.
So the ones that we see with our eyes are the fumigation that we do.
The rats, the cockroaches, mosquitoes, spiders, and the rest.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. That sounds pretty interesting. But why do we need? I mean, I'm just thinking a lot right now when we say pest control. Probably you need to break this down for us. What are the pests that we're after here that we're trying to control? You want to give us some instances?
You mean
the major pests that we're trying to control?
The major pest now is coronavirus.
Okay,
that is the major. That is what is trending now. And like I said, at least for what we have been getting online, we're still having cases here and there. So it's not as if we are out of it already. So that is the major pest now. And the program is not only centered around coronavirus alone, it also has to do with integrated pest management. So it's a two-way thing, both fumigation and disinfection all together in one package.
All right. Let's do some learning here on the program this morning. How often am I supposed to probably fumigate my house, my compound, my office, or even disinfect, as the case may be, now that we are in the era of COVID-19? How often am I supposed to do that?
Okay, I break it into two. Private individuals, corporate organizations. There is an existing law that mandates public facilities to carry this exercise out every quarter. That is standing.
Every 3 months?
Every 3 months. Every public facilities. Now, sometimes some of these organizations even don't wait till 3 months. Some want it on monthly basis based on the nature of what we're doing, But private individuals, sometimes, because of the low awareness, is when there are threats. That's when you see a lot of people coming up. We just saw a snake yesterday. But on the average, private homes should not do this less than twice in a year.
So 6 months?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And from what you see, Omotosho, from your observation, from your assessment across Lagos, are people really carrying this out?
Well, to a large extent, people are doing so, but we have not gotten where we want to be. I would say that 25% of private facilities, industries, are doing this. We still have a large part of the economy of the society, they have not keyed into this sustainable practice. It is absolutely important that for you to protect your health and your environment, you control the pests, around you. Omototo, like the Yoruba says, that captures both the health and the environment parts, involved in this pest control thing.
And while we have that, 25% sounds low. That's more or less like 1/4 of our residents that are involved in this. Does that not also suggest that perhaps we do not have enough pest control operators that will be able to carry this out?
I absolutely agree with
you.
You agree? We do not have enough pest. The field is vast. Lagos State has a minimum of 21 million people. For us to be able to cover that, you need at least the least amount of operators you need. Should be like 100,000. When we say operators, they are the well-trained people, and not just those people that carry knapsacks on the streets that utilize chemicals and mix diesel and kerosene, and go around doing things unregulated.
Right. All right. Let me come to you, Caleb. You are a pest control operator. Is that correct?
Yes, please.
All right. So, how often do you get requests for you to come and probably disinfect or even carry out fumigations as an operator? How often do you get this kind of requests?
Well, maybe because of the years of experience in the industry and the position of our brand, this request comes very often.
Okay.
Because we have...
You belong to a top brand.
Exactly.
Okay.
We get it often.
But for your colleagues, can they say the same?
I won't be able to speak for them, but I know to the large extent the big guys in the industry, the COVID-19 has wrecked a lot of organization in terms of revenue and all that. The drive has been much.
All right.
The demand has been very high since maybe April this year.
All right. So let's talk about operators now. In terms of figures now, how many pest control operators do you have in the States, for instance, in Lagos? Do you have an idea?
Okay, because of the fact that they have to renew annually, currently we have about 300 regulators that are actually currently registered. However, if you're to count everybody that has been registered at one time or the other in the last 5 years, we have close to 2,000 of them.
Right.
But these people usually come when they have jobs. To quickly come and register so that they can
carry out this assignment. So what does it take for me to become a pest control operator? Because like I think Caleb mentioned this earlier on, that we have a lot of people who are out there just mixing one or two things and they can tell you they can do this. So what does it take for me to become a pest control operator?
Okay, so you have to have an incorporated company, then you have to have evidence of training. First with EHEROCON. EHEROCON is the Environmental Health Officers Registration Council of Nigeria.
Right.
And you also have to have aside from that, aside from the registration with EHEROCON, you have to be registered with LASEPA. And then the training component is actually the number one thing. Then we need to see your capacity as well. Now, when we have proof of this, we have 3 categories of operators depending on your capacity.
Okay.
Not every operator can, disinfect a hotel with 600 rooms, for example. So that's why we have categories of operators: small, medium, and large. So we look at your training, you look at your exposure and your experience, before we, register you.
All right. So these are things that you guys consider before you do the registration.
Yes, sir.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This morning we're looking at environmental sustainability, the pest control option, and our guests are here seated. I have Omotosho here. Of course, he is head for the Chemicals and Hazardous Materials Management Department of LASEPA, and I also have with me Caleb, who is also of the Pest Control Association of Nigeria. Very, very shortly, I'll allow you to join the conversation, but do not forget, flash floods across some parts of Lagos. If you're driving through the Adeniji corridor from the Thornmelon Bridge, Adeniji, Ilubiri, all that corridor to Simpson, connecting with Sura, is flash flooded. And so you just might have it slow within that corridor. The inner part of Ikoyi as well, Falomo roundabout, all that end is also flash flooded. You need to watch out for movement within that corridor as well. All right, Ikorodu Road, I hear it's not so busy as it used to be. What's the 411 control room? You can keep me posted on what's happening. Ijushaga end is busy for now. And if you're making use of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway coming into Lagos, it's still appreciably good from the Long Bridge perspective. It's still good for now. So let's get back to this. You guys have a training that is coming up, right?
Yes, please.
Is this the first of its kind in terms of this collaboration that you are having from LASEPA connecting with the Pest Control Association and even Aerocom? Is it the first time?
Yes, this is the first time. This is the first time of having 3 major stakeholders at the federal level, at the state level, and the only reputable association of practitioners coming together, and it's promising to be very, very big.
And why is this partnership coming together at this time?
Well, it's just a plot to get everybody involved. Nobody succeeds in isolation. The more the merrier. Let me just put it that way. If we're 2, we're 3, we're better than when we're 2. If we're 1, it's not as when we're 2. So it's just to increase, participation.
Right. For the association now, the Pest Control Association of Nigeria, what's your membership base? What's it like?
We're close to, I hope I'm accurate, close to 100.
100?
Yes, outside. So we have members in Abuja, we have members in Warri, we have members in Ibadan, we have members outside Lagos State.
So almost 100 of you.
Yes, please.
All right, let's talk about the modalities for this training. And I'm going to be bringing in Omotosho at this point. Yinka, what's the modalities for the training?
Okay, so basically, once you are accredited by either LASEPA or EHEROCON, you just get registered on the website of LASEPA, lasepa.gov.ng. There's a link, that you can register from, but you have to be an accredited operator. You have to be registered with either of this federal or state regulatory authority.
Okay.
And then, the interesting thing here is that Ehorukon has members all over the nation, and that's why we're bringing in the online component of the training.
Okay.
Ehorukon is mandating that all its members, all its operators have to be part of this training for renewal. If you're going to renew your accreditation next year, you have to present the certificate for this training. So all of its members nationwide they're keying into this training online. So we're expecting on-site participation of about 300 people.
Okay.
And online we're expecting close to 2,000 or more.
All right. And the on-site, where is it holding?
It's going to hold at the NUT Pavilion at the Central Business District, Alausa.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when is this holding?
14th of October, next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, 14th.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, like you said, this is going to be taking into cognizance all the major operators.
Absolutely.
All right. The next question now. Any participation fee for this?
Yeah.
Caleb?
Okay. Yes, we have three categories when it comes to participation fee. Well, the area where we've not even touched is the aspect of exhibition.
Okay.
There's going to be privilege for companies to come and exhibit their products. Those are doing things, they are selling things that are related to pest control. We have almost 54 space for exhibitors. To a space, a table space for exhibition is 20,000 naira.
All right.
And for the main attendance, the on-site is 30,000 naira.
Okay.
The online participants, they are going to pay 20,000 naira.
All right.
And they are both going to get certificates of attendance. Mind you, sorry, I forgot to tell this. All COVID-19 protocols will be added.
Observed.
For the on-site.
All right.
Yeah.
And this is within the Alausa corridor, right?
Yes, not far from where we are now.
Right. Okay, that sounds pretty nice. So who can attend? Apart from the fact that I registered, do we have visitors that can come for the event as well?
Yeah, visitors. You see, when we talk about stakeholders, people that are involved in this, aside from operators, we are encouraging companies that have their health, safety, and environment managers, to come. Facility for people from Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, we're expecting them to send representatives. NECA as well, we're expecting them to send one or two people. The Hoteliers Association, we expect them to send their managers, to be part of this training. This is because disinfection should be an everyday thing. You don't wait for 3 months or for 1 month, for your operator to come and fumigate or disinfect. You have to do some things on so the managers of these facilities, if they have this knowledge, then it serves their facilities well.
Right. All right. It's nice that I have Caleb here with me because he belongs to the pest controller. How come we say that when you want to do these fumigation exercises, there's so much discomfort around? I mean, people can hardly breathe well. Can't we have better means of doing this?
There are better means. It actually depends on who you are engaging. There are better means. I think part of that is why this program is also going to be holding, so that we can increase a lot of we can encourage a lot of boys to become men.
Okay. Within the industry.
Exactly. We can encourage a lot of boys to become men.
So, as this studio, for instance, can you fumigate this place and in the next 30 minutes I'm back here?
Yes.
It's possible?
Exactly.
You mean it?
Yes, it's possible. But the constraint with that is that there are two ways to go about it. There are public health products and there are agro products. Because we have higher numbers of operators that are on train, they use agro products in the space of public health products. So if they have been using what they are meant to actually use, you can come in here 30 minutes, 1 hour, and you're fine.
You mean it?
Yes. And we have in circulation mostly the agro products.
Okay, so I'm going to take you up on this after this program because you're going to do this this experiment. What I'm used to and what we've been used to is to have a fumigation exercise that would have been done, and in the next 10 to 15 or how many hours you're still feeling the effect of that. But you are saying we can do that differently, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. All right. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Environmental sustainability, the pest control option is our focus this morning. Perhaps you want to have 1 or 2 questions for my guests who are here this morning. You have some pests that are disturbing you in your neighborhood, and you've been finding out what you think can be done to really eradicate them. You can join the conversation right now on 0809 912 0777. Okay, that's 0809 912 0777. Let's hear from you.
Hi, Victor.
Hello there. Good morning.
Hi, Victor.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm Ambassador Musba here from Mission.
All right. Nice to hear from you, Ambassador Musba.
Good morning to your guest. This morning.
It's good to you.
Environmental sustainability.
Yes.
Wow. I've been listening. You know, when you get tell negotiation that they have only 200 in over 21 million negotiation. I think that's like enlightenment, or people not aware, or those who are cutting corners. Now, because when you talk about pest control, we really need this, because you even talk about the main Goliath. You won't talk about the main Goliath, that is Mr. Mosquito. Because this is the most dangerous insect that kill Nigerians because every day. Now, those who are out there, you know, talk about, let's say, 15 minutes or 1 hour, you back to the office. How about those who are, if they get your house, hey, 24 hours, you'll be still running. Because you won't find it easy there. To me, I don't like this guy. But what we do, you are just doing to get to the look and corner of Lagos. So, like Kimushina, we have a lot of them there. They'll back this thing like say they're backing their baby. Please see everything. I can't patronize them at all. I can never. Because it happened to me sometimes. I was lying in the hospital.
Okay. All right, Musba.
What are they doing to reach out?
All right.
To reach out to those who need it.
Okay, then. All right, Musba, thank you so much. Let me see if I can take this update that is coming in. Lagos Traffic Radio, 96.1 FM. Hello there. Good morning. All right. I guess I lost that. All right, traffic manager, try to see if we can reconnect with you. But Musba is asking a question about what can be done, especially for those who are quacks in the industry, those who are in the habit of mixing up different chemicals for fumigation. What is it that PCAM or PECAM can do about that? But let's hear from you. 0809-912-0777 is the numbers that you can connect with us. My guests are here and they'll be ready to hear from you as well. Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. I'm Michael Ajayi.
Michael Ajayi, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ojota.
From Jota, all right, go ahead.
So my God.
Okay.
There's a lot of go slow here. And the ones that I enter have to pass through another place, another support site near that market. So you know what? There was a soldier here, watching those big balls, those red balls, white balls, and coastal balls, collecting money by force by fire from them. And anyone that refused to pay, who want them to go, causing a lot of hell of hold of you.
Hello, Michael. Okay, your line is not very clear, but you've narrated an incident of a soldier extorting money from people. Where is that? Your line is not very clear, Michael. Can you just change your location? Hello? Okay, we'll try and see if we can reconnect with us. Try and call us back because we can hardly hear you. But he's reporting an incident of a uniformed personnel extorting money, he says, somewhere that's around the Mile 12 corridor. Okay, then let's see if we can still connect with you, Michael, so that we can get the input of your contribution. But we're talking pest control this morning. Have any questions for Yinka and, of course, Tolu? Feel free to bring it in. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Very good. What's your name, sir?
I'm Robert.
Robert, where are you calling from? Mowe. All right. So we're talking pest control. What's your question?
Yeah, my question is that we should encourage the young ones, like myself, I need to pest control. I've worked with them for many years, other pest controls.
Okay.
But today, I decided to go on my own because I don't have much to empower it. Like to buy material, but I am good company with it. But I have the hope that those people are very concerned should consider us and make everything new for us. So we need to have the beginner to start afresh with them. So that we too can be a member of them. I mean, take pest control as well. I want to remain there.
Okay. Have you joined the association?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to see now to get information about how I can get the association. And but they should make it a bit lesser because we don't have much money. I like myself in person.
Okay.
You can afford to be a member.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
All right. So let me just bring that in right away. Maybe you can address that question. What does it take to become a member of PCAM, for instance, or how to be registered?
Well, to become a member of Pest Control Association of Nigeria, I can assure you that it's not that very difficult, as a lot of people always say sometimes. The membership form is 10,000 naira, which is the first thing. Interested applicant has to probably get a form, fill the form, then get the form across to the secretariat. The secretariat is coincidentally the same place we're also using also for the program, which is also going to be an advantage for those that even want to be members. You know, the advantage of this seminar also is that LASEPA is going to have an inquiry desk. Orecon is going to have an inquiry desk, and PECAN is going to have an inquiry desk on the day of the seminar, where people that just want to come into the business can, come and make inquiry on what is going to take them.
Right.
Going back to the question, 10,000 naira, an application fee will be paid. Then there's going to be an assessment. Assessment is that we're going to check your capability. If you're not capable, then you'll be referred for a training.
Okay.
But
so can Robert attend the seminar, for instance?
Definitely,
he can.
Yes.
Okay. So Robert, you can feel free to be part of it, and I'm sure you'll be able to see the likes of Tolu there and Olayinka, who will be able to tell you what next you can do to also improve on what you have at the moment. Okay, then 0809-912-0777. Let's attend to Musbau's concern. Yinka, I'm going to throw this to you. He was a bit worried about those who are more or less like the quacks within the industry. What are you guys doing to checkmate them?
Okay, so the executive governor have said over time that, governance is a two-way thing. It's by the people, for the people, and, it takes you and I. If the governor, if the people that are being serviced by the quacks do not report these quacks to the responsible people, then the circle goes on and on. For you to know people that are registered with Orecon or LASEPA, there are permits given to this, registered operators. You need to ask for their permits. When you look at their permits, their capacities. You can utilize them, for fumigation or disinfection, as the case may be. But if they do not have this, please do not, utilize them. And please report them, to the state government. We have the Citizens Gate, where you can send complaints to. And then the local governments are also involved in this. They're closer to the people. If you have quacks around that that they're not registered with the regulatory authorities, then you are putting yourselves in danger by utilizing them. We don't want them on the streets. You should not want them on the streets. If you want a list of LASEPA accredited operators, the list is always on the agency's website, lasepa.gov.ng.
Right.
You have a list of operators that you can utilize. You can call them, you can look at locations and utilize any of them for your local activities.
All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Agege Corridor, what's happening there? I need to have an update from that end. What's happening, especially if you're coming in from Oniwaya, linking up with Capitol Road, connecting with Mongo Rashade into Akoni Doherty. What's the 411? I do understand some palliatives down there yesterday. I think that was courtesy of the Public Works. Some palliatives there had really helped to move traffic much better from the Akoni Doherty end. I hope it still remains the same, or perhaps probably the rain might have washed it out, but it's a little bit improved for what it used to be. You can keep an eye on that for us, control room. What's the latest, especially in terms of movement? But let's hear from you. We're talking pest control this morning. 0809-912-0777 is the numbers that you can connect with us. Perhaps you have any question or concerns for Yinka, Omotosho, and Tolu Caleb. You can feel free to bring that in. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yes. Hello, Otari.
Yes, who am I speaking with?
How you doing?
Very good.
Busy. Yeah, I have a question for your guest there.
Okay, what's your name, sir?
My name is BC.
Oh, BC, where are you calling from?
I'm right now calling from Ikoyi.
All right, then, BC, go ahead then.
Yes, I have a couple of friends who are also into this business. And one of the first things that you usually hear from them is the fact that it is very, very tough getting yourself registered with all these Orecon, PECAN, and being professional. To get yourself to be a professional, you have to be registered. This is recognized. But it says that there are a lot of obstacles. For example, he recently mentioned to me about that LASEPA website.
Okay.
It's almost impossible to do an end-to-end thing, start and end the registration there. I want your guests to respond to this.
Okay. Registering being difficult, right? Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right, BC, thank you for your concerns. So, Yinka, this is straight to you. He said that he has some friends who find it pretty difficult registering. Perhaps the criteria might be too strenuous, so to say.
Well, it's unfortunate that this is coming up, but we have a number. We have an online option for registration.
Okay.
And I can tell you, that within 3 weeks you get, registered. You get your permit if you meet all the conditions. Now there's a form that you fill that has to give us details. If you do not fill this form completely, we will not be able to process your registration, and we will send you a message of the parts of the form that you have not filled. Then you have to have a registered company. Then you have to have certified training. You see, pest control is about handling hazardous chemicals. It's not everybody that wants to register that will register. However, we tell people that are not capable to get training, and we refer them, to the regulatory authorities and the academies that can offer credible training. Once we're sure that you have the capacity, then we register you. Online registration is absolutely possible with LASEPA. A lot of people, in fact, right now, more people are getting registered online, than on.
So if you go to your site, you feel that people can register easily via that site?
I know so, because we attend to them on a daily basis.
All right.
However, people have to do due diligence in completely filling the form and then sending in the documents that are required. If you do not send in one, or something is not complete, then we might not be able to process.
All right, then.
The registration.
Okay, I hope that answers your concerns, BC. But let's still get some feeds from you out there. And 0809-912-0777 is the numbers that you can connect with us this morning, even as we discuss pest control and looking at it from the perspective of environmental sustainability. Hello, good morning.
Sir.
Good morning.
This is a little boy on the line.
Hey, little boy, nice to hear from you.
It's a pleasure. Well done. I thank your guest. My question is just how can one get rid of wall gecko?
Wall gecko.
I mean, exactly. In the environment, in your house. So let them just put light on.
Okay. All right. This will go to Caleb. Caleb.
All right, just like Mr. Omotosho just said now, that governance is 2 ways. Pest control is also 2 ways. Both the customer and the service provider, they have roles to play. When you look at wall gecko, you can hardly have them without a loophole in the house. So the first thing that we advise is that make sure there are no loopholes that they can. Sometimes we have these AC trunks, coming to the house. We still, there's still some spaces around those trunks. That they can. So when you have done that and you are still having them, then you need to get a professional exterminator, because you cannot handle it by yourself.
Okay. So professional that people like you, right?
Exactly.
All right. I'm just about to ask a question too. Sometimes people say, well, we've done fumigation or we've done deratting, or probably the moment you put some chemicals on the floor for the rats, and you can actually see those rats dying, maybe 4, 5, 6, 8. And then in another 1 week, you see another set of rats disturbing the whole environment. So what's responsible for that?
All right. The major issue with the effectiveness of pest control, or fumigation as you may call it, is number one is sanitation. If there is no proper sanitation in place, every pest control effort will just be an effort in futility. That's number one. Number two, we have situations where we have 2 standing facility. One of them is interested, the other facility close by to them is not interested. Over time there's a tendency of encroachment. Okay. And the mentality, there's a misconception that when you do pest control or you do fumigation, as generally known, for 1 year nothing comes close. Even when you throw your door open, when you throw your window open, mosquitoes cannot come in. That is the mentality of, because that's why I say it's a two-way thing. Even when the exterminator has done his own job, the customer still has a lot of work, proving of holes, making sure that they don't bring in infested luggage and the rest.
All right.
Yeah.
Which is the most difficult pest to control? From your experience,
okay. Because if you ask 4 people, they will say different things. From my own experience, I will say bedbug.
Bedbugs.
Yes.
Good. And I wanted you to mention that. Yeah. Why is it difficult?
When you read a little bit about their biology, the way they reproduce, both male and female lay eggs, and the volume of eggs that one can lay even in 1 week.
Right.
Their creepy nature, where you find them, where they hide. Sometimes we service customers and we advise them to discard some things that are beyond control. The situation has gone so bad.
But can it be eradicated from the whole?
Definitely. We do it. I'm not saying we don't get to do it, but it's just like you need to get your...
Right.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
Let me take this update. Lagos Traffic Radio, 96.1 FM. Last man monitor. Hello there. Hello. All right. I guess I lost that connection. But we're going to go on a short break right now. When we return, we'll be hitting the finish line on the program this morning.
In line with Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's developmental strides, Lagos Traffic Radio brings you Themes Agenda this week.
You can see the entire road furniture, from road signage to zebra crossing to pedestrian, that will make people's journey time better and a lot more rewarding.
A special report on the achievements of the administration so far. Themes Agenda this week will come up every Wednesday at 4:15 p.m. with a repeat broadcast at 9:15 p.m. The program will highlight the various programs of the Sanwo-Olu's administration, from traffic and transportation management to health, environment and education, amongst others. This commentary will also examine what has been done, what is yet to be done, and the perception of Lagosians as it relates to the developmental programs of the government. Join us every Wednesday at 4:15 p.m. with a repeat broadcast at 9:15 p.m.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. We're moving on your side mirror this morning. Quick update coming in from the Apapa-Oshodi Expressway corridor. Multiple accidents at Trem. This is inwards Oshodi. Let me see if I can take this update. It's been very persistent. Last one monitor. Hello there. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Victor.
All right, brother. How are you doing?
Fine. Are you too, sir?
Very good too. Talk to me. What's happening within the Keja corridor?
Just to update you that though the service is still much okay. Hello?
I'm with you.
Okay, sir. So the traffic is still much okay. For Kudat Abiola Way, all the way from Radio towards Ikosi, Welfare down to Ojota, no cause for alarm.
All right.
Return journey, still good movement. Our men are much on ground, well keeped. Then from Welfare, route Adebola House, see a good movement through the Upper Billing Bridge.
Okay.
Likewise, going towards Salvation. Return journey, no cause for alarm.
All right.
Towing roundabout, going back towards Allen intersection, no cause for alarm also.
Good.
Our men are doing their best at Allen roundabout.
Okay.
Allen intersection.
All right.
From Ikeja towards Radio, no cause for alarm. Likewise, the return journey. So the rain is drizzling here.
Okay.
So we are well kitted, ready for the day.
Very good.
So that's just the update for now.
Thank you so much, Eboda. All right. So report around the Keja corridor still looking favorable. If you're heading towards Ojota from Kudirat Abiola Way, is looking good, and also Okwebi Link also looking good as well. All right. I was talking about the multiple accident at Trem inwards Oshodi involving 3 vehicles. And it has backlogged traffic beyond Charlie Boy at the moment. Let's move on to this as we gradually wind down things. Tunde is getting in touch with you guys. He says, how can I get rid of scorpions? This is from Tunde. Caleb?
Well, it's still related to the answer I gave the other time.
Okay. Sanitation.
Exactly, sanitation.
Right.
And scorpion, you get them sometimes maybe from water-lodged areas.
Okay.
So
if the ground is wet.
Exactly. Sometimes, not all the time. But proofing and anything beyond that, please just get a professional to get that sorted for you.
All right. Let's talk about this online training once again. When is it coming up, Yinka?
It's coming up on Wednesday, the 14th of October.
From what time?
9 a.m.
9 a.m. Okay. Wednesday, 14th of October. And how can people be part of this?
Okay, so go to lasepa.gov.ng and there's a registration link, on the website.
All right. For those who want to get in touch with you guys after this program, perhaps they couldn't get all the information they need via the website and they want to talk to you via the phone, what are the numbers that they can reach?
They can reach Mr. Olule Ayodeji on 070-3289-6271 and also Mr. Omotosho on 080-6806-7884. I repeat, Mr. Deji on 070-3289-6271 and Mr. Omotosho on 080-6806-7884.
All right, let's take this home this morning, especially as it relates to pest control. How can we ensure that we get ourselves off the dangerous effects of these pests around us? What will be your submission and what will be your advice? I will take it from both of you. Caleb first.
Well, I will still say we should put more efforts on sanitation. We focus there's a caller that mentioned mosquito the other time, and all that. The area he called from, Mushin, is an area where you get to see a lot of stocked, as in drainage that are packed for a long time. You cannot have that in place, and consistently you will not be having mosquito infestation. So let us collectively work more on sanitation that's preventive than put more effort on curative than preventive.
All right, then. So preventive is much better. Yinka, your parting thoughts to our listeners this morning.
Okay, so a part of our civil responsibility as good citizens is to ensure environmental sustainability in all our operations. Every facility, private or industrial or manufacturing, is mandated to fumigate their facilities once in every 3 months.
All right.
If you're going to do this, you have to utilize either a LASEPA or a Hurricane registered operator. Do not use quacks.
All right. Then.
Ask for their permits and check on LASEPA website for the list of currently registered operators in Lagos State.
With those sound words of advice from Yinka Omotosho, I want to say thank you so much for being part of the program this morning. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And Caleb as well.
Thank you.
I told you we're still going to go for our test.
All right.
Right? This studio must be fumigated and I must be back in the studio within 30 minutes.
Can we do that?
Okay then. All right, so we'll round this up this morning by saying take good care of your environment. Let's be part of the process, especially as you heard from Caleb. Sanitation is very, very good for us to sustain the environment. That will help us to live much longer and preserve our environment much better too. All right, the program this morning has been produced by Korede Babishile. Thank you so much. Our social media team, Kayode Mafolashere, and of course to our executive producer, Tayo Akonle. Your side mirror makes a return tomorrow, but till then, Victor Oteri is wishing you the best of this day, but think safety as you drive along. It never goes on holiday. Bye for now.